Welcome to today's video, where we'll explore the key challenges facing the UK in 2024. The country is dealing with several pressing economic, political, and social issues, with the cost of living crisis and illegal immigration standing out as major concerns. Let's dive into these issues and see how they're affecting the UK. First, let's address the cost of living crisis, which has hit millions of people across the UK hard. Prices for essential goods like food, energy, and housing have surged, while wages have remained stagnant. Inflation is still high, and the financial strain on households is growing. Energy prices are particularly worrying. The sharp rise in global energy costs has pushed many families to the brink, making it difficult to keep homes warm during the winter. Government measures, like capping energy prices, have provided some relief, but it hasn't been enough for many struggling households. The housing crisis is another major issue. Rent has reached record highs in major cities, making it increasingly difficult for young people and low-income families to find affordable housing. Meanwhile, homeownership remains out of reach for many first-time buyers due to high property prices. People are being forced to make tough decisions, whether to cut back on necessities, rely on food banks, or even choose between paying for heating or rent. Unfortunately, without significant intervention, this situation is unlikely to improve anytime soon. Now, let's talk about illegal immigration, which has become a hot topic in the UK. In 2024, the number of people entering the UK illegally, particularly by crossing the English Channel in small boats, has risen significantly. This has sparked widespread debate about how the country should handle these arrivals. On the one hand, there are concerns about the strain this places on public services such as healthcare, housing, and education. On the other hand, many of these migrants are fleeing desperate situations, risking their lives to seek safety in the UK. The UK government has made tackling illegal immigration a priority. They've tightened border security and introduced harsher penalties for people smugglers. However, these efforts have been criticized for being too harsh, with many calling for a more compassionate approach that addresses the root causes of migration. At the same time, the asylum system is overwhelmed. Delays in processing claims mean that many migrants are left in limbo for months, sometimes years. This only adds to the strain on public services and makes it harder for communities to integrate these new arrivals. While illegal immigration and the cost of living crisis dominate the headlines, the UK is still grappling with the political and economic consequences of Brexit. Leaving the European Union has created ongoing challenges for businesses, particularly in trade. New regulations have made it harder for companies to export and import goods, leading to higher costs and reduced competitiveness in global markets. Brexit has also left the country divided. Many people remain deeply split over whether leaving the EU was the right choice. These divisions make it difficult for the government to form a clear and unified approach to the UK's post-Brexit future. Another key issue is social inequality. The gap between rich and poor in the UK continues to grow, affecting access to housing, education, and healthcare. Those at the top are benefiting from rising property values and investments, while many working-class and low-income families are falling behind. The NHS is under intense pressure. With staff shortages, underfunding, and long waiting times, the healthcare system is struggling to keep up with demand. This is especially concerning given the ongoing impacts of the pandemic, which have placed additional strain on an already overwhelmed system. Similarly, the education system is facing challenges, with rising student debt and cuts to public education making it harder for young people to access the opportunities they need. The challenges facing the UK in 2024 are significant. The cost of living crisis is forcing people to make tough decisions every day, while illegal immigration remains a divisive issue that requires careful management. On top of that, the lingering effects of Brexit and growing social inequality mean the road ahead is challenging. The way these issues are handled will shape the UK's future for years to come. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.